an agenda with you, right?
Katty Konnie and Loudmouth Linda, keeping it real, no agenda. Satire, truth, and a whole lot of fun. Politics, crime, we get it all done. From breaking news to a joke or two, we do it our way just for you. We just can't make this stuff up. 1 year strong and we ain't gonna stop. Mic in hand, voices loud, shouting truth, making you proud.
Hello, everybody. How is everybody tonight? Staying warm, I hope.
Staying warm, getting all the blankets out, the heaters, the heating pads for the puppies, everything. So, yeah.
I am freezing. My hands are all like wrinkled. They're so cold. I mean, I want to put my gloves on.
Put your gloves on, okay? Put your gloves on. If you got a mink coat, put it on. It's cold.
I do have a fur coat.
You throw it on. This is the time to do it.
Yeah. So anyway, how have you been, ChaCha?
Everything's good so far. I have a puppy that needs oral surgery tomorrow, but every time we're going to schedule it, she gets a fever. So tomorrow, that's what we're going to do. Check her out. Make sure she has a fever so we can get this past this. We've been dealing with this for going on a month now.
Oh, wow.
So it's like having a toddler. She wants to be fed by my hand. I have to pick her up. She doesn't climb the little stairs to the bed. She wants me to hold her. All of a sudden she's become a 2-year-old toddler. And but she don't feel good, so we need to get this done. So
right.
That's it.
Yeah, poor baby.
Yeah, and they can't say nothing, so she can't complain. I just know she feels bad, so we're getting it taken care of. And how about you?
I'm doing good. I'm cold. That's all I can say is I'm cold.
For the next 2 or 3 days, it's going to be horrendous for a lot of folks, okay?
Oh, we're going to get it for the next week, the cold.
Okay, well.
So, yeah, it's, if you have to go out, and if you don't have to go out, don't go out.
That's what they're telling you.
If you're in the storm warning path, if you don't have to, don't go out. If you do have to, layer. It's crazy. They're talking about 1.5 inches of ice down south.
Yep.
In the Carolinas and Georgia.
Right.
That's crazy, guys. That's like this much ice.
Yeah, that's a lot. And even if the sun comes, it melts, but it freezes right back up. Okay, when the sun goes down. Yeah. So everybody, y'all be careful out there. Take care of yourself.
Definitely.
Yeah, it ain't worth it. It ain't worth it. Y'all stay home. That's the best place for anybody.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. That's
like my dad said in the olden days when I would go on a date and my curfew was 10 o'clock. He'd always go, nothing good happens after 11. So you be home at 10. So that was my curfew.
I think my curfew was 10 or 10:30, something like that.
And he was at the door waiting for me. Okay. He was at the door waiting for me, looking at his watch.
Hi, Teeny. I tell you, I have a funny story. One time, you're a teenager. So, I never really smoked like THC. The one night I decided to do it, I came home and my dad was just locking the front door. And I laughed at him. I said, were you going to lock me out? And I laughed at him. And my mother was standing there and she's like, you just need to go to bed right now. Go.
Oh my God. You mean you didn't get the look? Okay.
I think it just surprised my dad so much he didn't know what to say or do at that particular moment. Why my mom jumped in and said, "Go in your room."
You're gonna die, okay?
It's like
You are going to die tonight, all right?
right, right. But, I mean, I was a problem child. So,
Okay.
I mean, I
And
didn't get into trouble, but I hung out where I shouldn't have. I hung
okay.
out with people I shouldn't have. Not that they were doing bad things. It was just a bad area. And my parents didn't want me there. And it's like, well, whatever. So, and then it got to the point where it was like, no, you can't have the car. It's like, I got to go to the library to do some studying. Little did I know my parents were tracking the mileage.
Yeah, listen, they were smarter than we thought, okay? So,
Hi, G200. Hi, Sand. Yep.
what up?
So yeah, the thumbnail said GoFundMe or GoFraud.
Okay.
So this is what because I was talking to Connie. By the way, Connie will not be here tonight. If she gets home in time, she's gonna try to jump on, but she said don't hold your breath. She has to work late, a real job.
She's gorgeous, but not independently wealthy, okay?
Exactly.
Like all of us, all right?
Yes, exactly. So her and I were and she will be back on Sunday. Her and I were talking, and I ran across a couple stories that I wanted to share and a couple things that I wanted to share. First of all, I have to start out by saying the 3 people that led that catastrophe in the church, they have all been arrested.
Good.
They have
Good.
all 3 of the
Good.
main ones, and one of them was the Antifa leader, and the other
Good.
was the BLM leader.
Good.
So they have been
Let
arrested.
it be a lesson to them, okay?
Yes.
We can protest, but we cannot protest there.
Exactly.
Okay?
You can't go into a house of worship.
You cannot
can't.
protest inside. Yeah.
No, you can't do it.
Yeah. And apparently they thought that they could because the Constitution did not include them. And apparently it did. So they are going to prison. They will be going to jail. Okay.
And Pam Bundy, blah, 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 blah. Okay, you know what I'm saying.
Yes, Pam Bundy.
She said that yes, we have our First Amendments, but that doesn't include a house of worship.
Okay.
So before anybody gets on the bandwagon of this, that, and the other thing, no, you can't go into a church and just speak your mind
and protest something else that's happening outside.
Exactly.
Okay. You cannot confront people in a house of worship for something else that's happening outside. You can't. It's against the law. Okay. Again, it's against the Constitution. It is against the law.
Right.
So,
Sandy, who knows? Who knows? We do have corrupt judges. So,
but it's going to be a federal. It's not state.
It is federal.
It's going to be federal. It's going to, and they're going to charge them federally in the state and then probably in Washington D.C.
Yeah, it is a federal case. So.
Yes. Or New York,
maybe.
Yeah, it's going to be, and you know what? Yeah, something's going to be done because it can't be done.
Yeah.
That they cannot do. Okay.
Right.
You want to yell at a police officer, do it at your own risk. You cannot go into a house of worship and do that. Okay. Yeah. And they thought they could. Yeah. Somebody told them they could, and whoever told them they could were wrong.
They were very wrong.
Very wrong.
Yeah. I don't think anybody told them they could.
Well, apparently, whoever they asked or opinion or whatever, a lot of times people just quote unquote, and what happens when we assume? They just assume.
Exactly. Okay? We know what assume spells.
Yeah. All of us. But we we'll see what happened. I don't know. Did Don Lemon get arrested? Because
Not yet.
all of a sudden, it wasn't him. It wasn't his idea. He was just going to record it. All of a sudden, he's backtracking big time,
Yeah.
big time, and they're gonna fold like a cheap suit all over him. So yeah, he'll be next. Okay,
Yeah. Yeah.
he will be crying in his soup.
Oh, I'm sure, Sandy. I'm sure God saw that.
Yep.
Most definitely. Yeah. So they were arrested, which is a good thing. I know there's a big, huge debate going on. I can't remember the news station that did it, but apparently, when the president was giving his speech at Davos, they cut the feed and did nothing but dog him.
Yep.
And they went on and on and on. And a lot of people are calling for them to be fired. Will it happen? Who knows?
Again, the power of people, we forget sometimes.
Yes.
It's like when they call for a boycott of McDonald's or the Hilton or whatever, everybody goes batshit crazy. I hate to say it that way, but
Yeah, no.
But they go, we're going to boycott them. That the power, my dollar means a lot. And if there's 100,000 of us, our $100,000 means a lot. If there's 1 million of us, that $1 million means a lot. And
absolutely,
that's the bottom line on everything. And if you don't want something or you think that it's wrong, use the power of your dollar. Okay.
Well, and here's the thing that the companies don't realize is that when somebody says, I'm going to make sure I tell everybody I know so that they can tell who they know.
Yep.
Nobody knows really who you are or what kind of influence you may have.
That's right.
And they should take it seriously.
That's
and
right.
they don't. 9 times out of 10, it's like, well, do what you got to do. And that's not customer service.
No,
I've worked in customer service in hospitality my whole life, mostly in some way, shape, or form.
Yep.
And you can't just tell a customer to go fly a kite. And you can't tell a customer when they say, I can get better food at McDonald's. You can't just say, well, then go to McDonald's. And that's just the attitude everybody has nowadays. It
is, but I think the times are changing. I'm going to say case in point are a lot of these companies that are leaving New York and California and coming to Texas or going to Florida or going to business-friendly locations where they don't tax you to death and they welcome you with open arms in the state of Texas or Florida. And, California is losing billions of dollars by the moment. And let's see what happens when everything collapses and you have you don't have a tax base. You don't have the employees that you can you don't have all of that. All you have is the federal government giving you whatever. And from what I understand, Trump's getting ready to cut off a bunch of their stuff. So, you can only survive so long on drug money, but eventually, you run out of people when they all overdose.
Oh, well, welcome in. Thank you for joining. You're welcome to comment. It's an open forum. Everybody's welcome here. We have our views and opinions, and you can have yours. Yep. So jump in if you want.
Absolutely. But we reserve the right to tell you you're wrong. Okay.
I do know he also said that he is thinking of cutting taxpayers' dollars to New York.
Yeah, he's already started that on all of the different things that they're wanting to do and cut off. I saw a young lady today. I had lunch with her, and she's getting ready. She lives there, and she said things are not good. Okay, they are not good. Okay, she's not looking forward to going back. She says because they've cut off the boilers in her building, so she's going back to freezing temperatures where she lives. She's not looking forward to it.
New York City's supposed to get hit with at least 10 or 12 inches of snow.
Yeah, she's not looking forward to it at all. She says, I have no heat. Okay, so there you go.
That's crazy. That is crazy.
Yeah, they cut it off. She said they cut off the boiler. So in her building.
Yep. So the next thing that we're going to touch on, and like the beginning said, GoFundMe or GoFraudMe. The reason being is, I mean, yes, there's a lot of fraud that the government's finding. Oh, before I start, they found millions of barrels of oil in Texas, by the way.
They did? Who's hiding them? Or did they just find another well?
No, they found millions of barrels.
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised.
So
if anybody goes and everybody says, I've never realized the people, especially that's never been to Texas, I've never realized how
Hi, Connie.
it is. Is she back?
No, she is just like I do when I can't get on commenting. So with the GoFundMe or GoFraud, and please people weigh in on this. By the way, Connie, we have a new subscriber, Mark T. I don't know if you saw that. So everybody knows that the person that got unalived by ICE, they started to GoFundMe for.
They always do that. Okay.
They started to GoFundMe.
They always do that.
And I don't know. Their going thing now is 200,000. That's what most of the GoFundMes for these people are. So there was 200,000. So they got well over that.
Good.
Should that wife really be getting that money for antagonizing? And they were doing that all day. They have videos of them in different areas. She would block the streets with her car. They would yell at ICE agents. And, and by the way, the wife is arrested. She will be tried for obstruction on a federal level.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I started looking into these GoFundMes. And when is it okay that we start giving handouts? Hi, Donna. When is it okay that we start giving handouts to people and helping people when they do something against the law? How is this okay? And how is it okay that you sympathize with somebody that's going against the law enough to start a GoFundMe? Because here is what is now happening. That woman and that man said that they were driving through and a tear gas went underneath their car and it blew up, and the 6-month-old was not breathing from the tear gas, and all the kids were coughing and choking, and they were just trying to drive through to get home from their son's basketball game. Problem is, we have the internet. This happened, I believe it was around 8:25, 8:30 at night. The basketball game was at 5 o'clock, and they're only an hour long. So that would have put them at 6 o'clock. So they weren't driving to the basketball game, and they weren't driving home from the basketball game. And there's videos of the parents out on the street protesting, leaving their children in the car. But mommy comes out and says, we were just trying to get home. We can't work. We're so traumatized. The car, it's gone. We need a new car. And so, yeah, GoFundMe for $200,000. It's up to $192,000. And all this other stuff came out that the parents were there protesting. And now the people are angry. Maybe you understand why we're so angry about people stealing money from us. Where is this okay that you can lie and say, I need money.
Yeah,
I got caught up. I'm a victim.
Yeah, until people,
I'm a victim. I'm a victim.
Until people feel shame, and that's not going to happen anytime soon because society sucks. Okay, there are no longer any parents. There are no consequences for anything. Back in the olden days, and I say that not too long ago, but there were consequences, and you had parents that cared, and you learned morals and scruples from your family structure about doing the right thing and what is right and what is wrong. And nowadays they don't have, people are entitled, and the easiest way is for people that they feel that they've been wrong, they go to a GoFundMe page. Okay. Or I'll get case in point, the SNAP cards, the EBT cards. Okay. They are entitled to me, my tax dollar, feeding them. I'm not okay with that. And it's okay for people, the GoFundMe page, there's no shame, there's no morals. They put their children's lives in danger. Instead of going home and putting them to bed like they should, make sure they did their homework, they're out probably looking around, seeing what they get, and they're going, oh, look, I'm gonna get this happen to us, and we could get a new car, and so forth and so on. This is how they think. And at the same time, we have what is happening in the world, what is happening everywhere. We have this snowstorm where people are going to die. They're going to freeze to death for lack of, all this. And then we are talking about the Somalians that they're deporting every friggin' day. Nobody talks about that. The people that are on the streets that are dying, nobody talks. The drug overdoses, the shooting in Chicago, nobody talks about all of that. They want to talk about a situation where somebody starts a GoFundMe page because they want something. Okay. They think that it's all right to go into a house of worship because I did this for George Floyd and I'm going to do this. And no, they got arrested and they're going, what happened? Why?
And they also started a GoFundMe for the guy screaming nastiness to the president. I mean, yes, you have a right to your opinion. Yes, you have freedom of speech. But no, you can't do that and say those things.
Well,
was he right in his reaction? You know what? If I was that man and somebody had been for 10 years on my back, yeah, you best assume that that's what I'm going to do and say. I mean, it is what it is.
It is what it is. And I go back to the morals of people, how we're being raised, the children, the Nepo babies, the people that have their noses in their phone, the ones that have no open dialogue or communication to see what somebody else has to say, the uneducated people of the United States of America that have not a clue. And if you ask them point blank, why do you oppose this? They cannot give you a decent answer.
Right. Right.
Okay. And whenever somebody, that means they're uneducated, they do not know, and nobody wants to upset anybody. Back in the day, my dad, I'm going to kick your ass. Okay. I'm going to kick your ass, and you will remember the ass kicking I'm going to give you, and you will not do it again.
Oh, my brother's got the belt.
Okay. There you go. And
I mean,
and that's what it comes down to. And people think it's all right, okay, to start a GoFundMe, which it's actually theft, and if somebody wants to give them money, hey, who
Right.
am I? I wouldn't do it. But if you got extra money to give to somebody for a cause, and you're never going to see, look at, where's George Floyd's family now? They got what, $28 million? $28 million. Okay. And ask his family, what happened to all that money?
oh, they living high on the hog.
Okay. Most of them, they've spent it all and they don't have a clue. Okay.
That's why I said they were living high on the hog.
It never works out. It never works out. It never, ever does.
No.
Okay.
No.
It doesn't happen. You can't reward bad behavior.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
You cannot reward bad behavior for anyone. It never works out. Okay.
No.
So
no, if you had a child, and okay, let's just say, for instance, I babysit my 2 grandkids. Everybody knows that. They're 2, and she just turned 2, and he'll be 1 Monday. No, Thursday. Anyway, is it okay for my granddaughter to sit in a chair, and when he tries to walk up to her, she puts her foot out and kicks him in the face? So does that mean I go and get her a treat and say, here you go, honey, you just kicked your brother in the face? No. That's how ridiculous. I mean, and she did do that, but I did not reward her. But anyway, that's how ridiculous it would be. You would never reward bad behavior. And the thing that's gutting to me is these women that are protesting, that say they're domestic survivors, but they're out there protesting for the bad guys. They're out there holding these bad people up.
Most of these
are you a victim? Are you not?
Most of these protesters, quote, and I use the word loosely, are paid.
Yeah.
Okay, they're all paid. They're not doing it for a cause or whatever. They're being paid. And we all know that they're being paid. When you have enough and you get paid enough, you go protest, and you do your little protest, and then you go home. And most of them are being paid to protest. And if you ask them point blank, well, what are you? Most of them cannot answer.
Right.
And most of them do not know.
Right.
So case in point on that.
Right.
You know, through the years and I've been alive and stuff, I've seen things through, you know, all of the things. I've never seen anything like this, but it's a diversion. It's a tactic to make sure that the Democrats stay relevant. Okay. And in some form or fashion, the libtards, whatever you want to call them, stay relevant in some form or fashion to make us conservative Christian people that want only the very best for our families and our neighbors. And we want to worship, and we, you know, all of the good things, the right things, education, so forth and so on. These other people, they don't care. They do not care. If they cared, we would not have homelessness. We would not have issues with the military.
It is
the veterans on the street, we would not have issues with people overdosing. We would not have people defending Maduro, for goodness sake. We would not have any of that. We would not have people getting subsidies for something that they didn't earn.
Yes.
You know, it's the deep state. It's going to be like that, and they will continue doing the shiny object. And as long as what's happening in Minnesota continues, because they have how many people there? 58 million. Okay.
Something like that.
Yeah. As long as they keep doing that and people keep paying attention to Minnesota, when there are so many bigger issues to take care of, the cartel taking over California, the stuff happening in New York, it's stuff like that. Chicago, where people die by the hundreds and nobody does anything about it,
Right.
or even pretends that they care. They don't. And until we focus on other stuff and the right things, and we keep focusing on what's happening with the Somalians, they're going to get taken care of. They're flying them out 2 plane loads, 3 plane loads a day, and nobody reports on that.
And did you know we're giving everyone that self-deports $2,600?
Good for them. The sooner that they leave, hey, it's cheaper than them getting welfare and all this other stuff. Okay.
Yep.
It is. Give
exactly.
it to them. And they have to promise not to come back.
Exactly.
And if they do, it has to be the right way.
Right. Right. Yep. And yeah. So, and going back to when Connie and I were talking about my cousin,
the one that called you maggot.
No.
Is this another one?
Yeah, this is a cousin. And when put to the test, it's like, how is he fascist and a dictator? Tell me that. How is he fascist and a dictator? I got war crimes, 34 felonies, pedophile, rapist. It's like,
okay,
how is he a fascist dictator?
Okay, talking points or facts?
What war crimes? What war are we in?
Right. Okay. And crickets?
And when I said that the U.S. aid was nothing but a money laundering game, I was told, I suppose you're Christian too, and you have no empathy or sympathy for anybody, do you? Because I said we should take care of our kids and our elderlies and our servicemen first. But I have no empathy or sympathy. What part didn't you read that said we should take care of our own first? I mean, this is how vicious these people are. And, and that's why
they're morons. They're idiots and they're morons, and you have to forgive them for being stupid. All right? You have to forgive them for being stupid and continue to give them facts. That's the only thing.
And then somebody else piped in on my comment and said, oh, you're one of those. You obey the master. What
does that mean?
That's their new thing, is that we obey the master.
Then are they all right with them stealing their tax dollars? Are they all right with them? Are they all right with people dying on the streets from mental illness or overdosing? Are they all right with that? Are they all right with people stealing from them?
I mean, when you and I've never ran across personally, like they say that they have that TDS
syndrome,
the syndrome.
Right.
I've seen it with my own eyes with my cousin and his friends. And it's like, wow, you really are You really have a disease. You really do.
Our educational system on full display. Okay? On full display. Because back in the day, you never the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, all of that. That was what you were taught in school. Nowadays, you're not taught any of that stuff. You don't even know what a fascist or a Nazi is. They have you're not taught world history.
Right.
You are not taught any of that. All you are taught is from the libtard Democrat, the teachers of today, okay?
Right.
Because all of them, unfortunately, see for things from a different prism. And because they're quote unquote educated, okay, you just take it to heart. No, they're teaching our children the things. They're not teaching them what, and it's up to us. And when the parents don't know and are ignorant,
yeah,
how can you teach your children? You can't. You can't. And this is the result. This is the
Donna.
result. Yeah.
They are trying to destabilize the USA.
Yes,
the Democrats are working with Russia and China.
Yes.
Hello, the
Yes.
Russia hoax.
Yes. Yes.
And when I said something about that, Russia, that was just looked over. No comment, no nothing.
It turned out to be true. All of the evidence is out there. It was made up. But nobody reports on that. Okay. The same with the Epstein file. The same with nobody reports anything. Goes back to the mainstream media, the corporate giants where you get your information nowadays.
Yeah.
It all comes back to all of that. And you have to forgive people that are idiots and morons. Okay.
And yes, Sandra, I know that he's opening insane asylums again. And it needs to be.
It needs to be done.
It needs to be done.
It does.
You know, I mean, you need to get these people off of the streets. I mean, people that don't do drugs and don't drink, and they're just literally batshit crazy. I read something today. I could not, for the life of me, believe that this happened. A man and a woman. A woman had a baby with somebody else. The guy went to jail. Didn't say what he went to jail for, but he's supposed to be getting out of jail 8-10 months, whatever. And she said that when he gets out of jail, he's going to kill her and the baby. Well, back scenario, they live in a hotel. And so she ended up marrying this guy. They've been, I think, maybe a year. And so apparently she had the baby daddy name tattooed on her head. Okay. And he shot her in the head. The husband shot her in the head. And they found him. He tried to get a hotel in another room at another place, whatever. He never did. They caught him. And this is his story, and he's sticking with it. He said that she said that, baby daddy was going to get out and kill her and kill the baby. And she looked at him and said, so just shoot me where his name is tattooed. So he did.
Okay.
Does anybody see the Swiss cheese in this story? Does anybody see it other than me? If somebody asked me to shoot them in the head, I'm sure if she even said it, it was kind of like a, just take me out back type thing,
Well, if she already knew that things weren't safe, okay, and she kept herself in that situation,
But see, that's the thing, is that they never said that he was an abuser or anything. He said he shot her because she asked him to. What's wrong up here?
Again. Okay.
Yes, I am a gun owner. Yes, I will shoot to kill to save my own life. If somebody came up to me, a family member, and said, please just shoot me in the head, would I do it? Only a few of them. No. I wish a couple of them would come and ask. But no, I wouldn't. And I'm just kidding. I wouldn't shoot anybody. Hi, Norm. Yeah, it is very cheesy, very, very cheesy. I'm not buying it. If you saw what he looked like and saw what she looked like, I mean, she was a pretty girl. And he looked like a drug dealing thug. But, I can't say much because I was a girl from the suburbs. I never even wore jeans until I was 17. So I was a girl from the suburbs that dressed nice and had nice slacks and nice shirts. And I started dating somebody from the inner city, and everybody knows it's my first husband. And yeah, that's why my parents used to track the mileage, because they knew I was going into Detroit by myself, driving there and back by myself like a dum-dum. I thank God every day nothing happened to me. Now,
Right.
older,
You were in love, okay?
Yep. Exactly.
You were in love, all right?
Exactly. And it wasn't bad enough that I lived in the suburbs, but what really put the icing on the cake for my parents is when I moved to Detroit. And it was the ghetto. It was, don't walk around in okay, I'm aging myself here. It's when Tube Tops and Daisy Dukes were in. Yeah, don't walk down the street like that. Just don't do it.
No.
I mean, you can't do it nowadays anyway. Well, you can, but I miss those Tube Tops. I used to love wearing them and have a shirt over them. But anyway, that was before it was okay and popular to wear a shirt and have your bra straps out. We used to try to cover them up.
Have you seen the new blue jeans? Am I going on? But have you seen the new blue jeans that the girls are wearing that are like oversized humongous with the big humongous oversized? They're just huge. Aren't they afraid they're going to trip on themselves or something?
You would think. I know when I was a teenager, which was
last year.
Yes. Which was 4 years ago. We used to wear the bell bottoms.
Yeah.
And then they had the bell bottoms that had to at least cover your shoe and just barely touch the ground.
These things are humongous. They look like tents.
Yeah,
they're huge.
I've
and
seen
they're
them.
barely hanging. They're huge. And I don't know. I guess I just don't keep up with the styles or whatever anymore. But I saw a couple of girls, and I'm going.
They're calling them. They're calling them. What are they calling them? The new palazzo pants.
Palazzo pants.
The new palazzo pants. Palazzo pants, something, whatever that was back in the 70s and 80s. Yeah, that's the new version of it.
They're ugly. They are they're huge and ugly.
The only thing I like oversized are my sweatshirts and my hoodies. Even some sweaters, I like them oversized.
But it's because of where you live. It's friggin' cold, okay? That's why Palazzo.
Apparently, Norm, they are back in style. I don't know. I don't know. To be honest with you, I wear nothing but yoga pants. To see me in a pair of jeans again, everybody's like, "Wow, you do have jeans." It's like, yeah, I do have jeans. But I just, the thing is that with me being so short, it is very, very hard for me to find jeans my length because I need something ridiculous like a 28 or a 29, and everything is 30, 31, 32. Yeah.
I'm 5'1.5".
Okay, I'm 5'2".
Okay, so you get it.
Yeah, I get it. I get it.
Yep.
I do get it. Do you remember when it was cool to roll the pant leg up?
Sure.
Sure.
And then roll it up again and then roll it up again. Okay. Because you're this tall.
They don't know the struggles. They don't know the struggles of short people. Yes. They're huge. They are huge, Donna. They are huge bell bottoms. And they just go all the way up. I don't know. I'm not really like a fashion person. I wear what I find comfortable. Yeah, some of my clothes probably do look like an old lady's clothes, but some of them also, my kids told me, you should not be wearing that at your age. And it's like, yeah, well,
tell them to mind their own business.
Yeah.
Mind your own business, okay?
When you can catch someone 22 years younger than you, then talk to me.
That you shouldn't be wearing that. Well, then buy me something different, all right?
Right, right. Exactly.
Something different.
It's like,
oh my God, that's so funny.
Those pants are for skinny girls. It's like,
whatever.
Well, what do I look like? An elephant?
Whatever.
Whatever.
Well, you need to ask everybody out there, what are they doing to prepare for this horrendous weather?
Yes. I'm sure everybody is well aware of the weather.
What are y'all doing? What are y'all doing to prepare?
That's another thing. People, was looking, and they were saying, the weather in the weather channels and stuff online, and people were commenting, you got milk and bread. That's good. I hope you got enough for 3 or 4 days. And they were commenting, and they're like, no, I'm all set on because toilet paper is going again. So get your toilet paper. People are saying, no, I'm all set. I still got toilet paper from COVID. And I'm thinking, that was almost 6 years ago. How much toilet paper did you buy? Oh my God. That is bananas.
Isn't it amazing? Because back in the day, my grandparents didn't have toilet paper. It wasn't made. You didn't have it. They didn't have it back in the day. I don't know what they used back then. I wasn't alive back then, but they didn't have toilet paper.
Right.
Okay. What a great industry, right?
Yeah.
Kill those trees. All right. Chop those trees down. Kind of interesting when you stop and think they didn't have toilet paper back then.
Donna, you're supposed to get 12 inches of snow. I'm sorry. See, we are like right above the cutoff for snow. We're just getting the freezing cold temperatures.
But you're still going to get snow, right?
1 to 3 inches.
Oh, okay. Listen, 1 to 3 inches in Texas is a blizzard. Okay. In South Texas, 1 to 3 inches, it paralyzes everything because they don't know what to do. They don't, even when it freezes, they don't know what to do.
Right. Right.
Which
I
is
don't know. It's, it's like when I was a kid, it used to snow. And when I say it snowed 10, 12 inches, 18 inches. Now we get 2 inches, 1 inch, 3 inch, 2 inches, just enough to piss you off that you have to shovel every damn day. Just dump the shit, let us get it shoveled, and let us be on our merry way. Yeah, Donna, we are going to have 2 weeks of below zero also.
oh my
So, yeah.
God. Well,
Yeah.
embrace it for the moment because it'll go away eventually. All right.
Right.
If, embrace it, it'll go away.
Right. I mean, we haven't really had a significant snowstorm blizzard since 78. And that was the year I learned to drive.
That was the turn of the century, right?
Yeah. With my horse and buggy.
Horse and buggy. And then they have Model Ts or something.
Yeah, I think they started coming out around then. Yeah.
Oh my God, that's hysterical. That's
when it is.
You had to pump your own gas, remember? You didn't know how? Back in the day?
Yeah, hey, listen. Anybody that's not old and you're listening to this out there, back in the day, you used to be able to sit your ass in the car. An attendant would come out, ask you how much gas you wanted, pump your gas, wash your windshield,
and check your oil.
And
your tires.
Fill your tires. All for free.
Uh-huh.
And gas was 42 cents a gallon.
Less than that when they had the gas wars, okay? Back in the day, I remember. That's why muscle cars were so popular, because it was cheap to fill them up. It was cheap to fill them up back in the day.
Yes, Norm, it was. It really was. It grounded me for a few days. My parents didn't have to. It did the job.
I love it. When you go pick up your girlfriends and everybody had to turn $1 or 50 cents and you could fill up your car. And when you go driving to the drive-in and go flirt with the guys.
I remember putting $2 and $3 worth of gas in the car.
That's all.
Oh my God, I got a quarter of a tank. Oh, it's almost a half a tank.
Yeah. Yeah. And you went to the drive-in and got a cherry or a pickle Coke.
It's crazy.
Okay.
That's crazy. I mean, and just imagine how, like, my mom is going to be 88 this year. So imagine her and my dad used to go on a date. They would go have pizza, go to the show. He would put gas in the car, all on $5. And get something to eat, like munchy drink at the theater.
Yeah. Times were great back then. You get flowers delivered. You're going to the prom. They'd ask you what color your dress was. So the corsage would match your dress. They'd pick you up so you could go have dinner. You'd go to the prom.
When we got into high school, we upgraded to getting limos.
Okay, well.
And we used to you would go out to a fancy dinner before or after prom, not anymore.
God, that was so much fun. It was innocent. And
proms are held in the high school gym now. I mean, our proms were held off-site at a banquet hall.
A ballroom.
Yeah, a ballroom.
A ballroom.
Exactly.
Yeah. And you planned your dress for a month, okay? For a month, what are you going to wear? Are you going to make it? What color is it going to be? It has to match his tuxedo and the boutonnieres and all of this other stuff, okay? And who's going to go with you and what friends and,
you go to each other's house to take pictures for the parents. He comes and picks you up. You take pictures there. You go to his parents' house. You take pictures there, and then you go off. There, nowadays all the prom pictures are like all guys or all girls. It's like, I'll meet you at the prom. I don't get kids nowadays. I don't get it.
Oh my God. My granddaughter's homecoming. There was like 15 little girls. And I asked my daughter, I said, well, where's her date? She says, Mom, they don't do that. Okay. They don't do that. Look, are you done?
Oh my God, I look awful, but I rushed home as fast as I could.
You're just in time to say goodnight.
That's what I figured. And I want y'all to know that they used to wipe their butt with the Sears catalog. I just had to bring that up.
Okay.
Yeah, Donna said that.
Back in the day, they didn't have toilet paper. There wasn't. Okay.
Donna also said corn cobs.
And now in a famine, that's the most important thing to get. All right.
Toilet paper. Toilet paper. No one stops to think that they could do like we had to do with our kids and wet a washcloth. I mean, God bless. How did we survive before the disposable diaper?
I don't know. Both of my boys wore regular pin diapers. I can't tell you how many pricks I had in my finger. How many pricks all moms had in their fingers.
How many times did you stab those poor babies too?
That too.
Right? Yeah.
This goes to show you how fast I ran. I'm still wearing my stinking smock. I mean,
well, that's okay.
That's all right. Oh, she's froze. Oh, there you are. There you are. It's cool.
Yeah.
Listen, everybody, I have to say this. Usha Vance is pregnant. I think it's a wonderful thing to have a new baby, okay, for the vice president and his wife. Congratulations. It's a wonderful thing. Okay.
Absolutely. Congratulations.
Congratulations. Yes. They're going to have a little baby boy and they're married and they're having a child. Okay. And they're happy about it. I think it's a wonderful thing.
And I'm happy for them.
Yes.
I have to say something really quick before you guys get ready to scooch out of here because I look like crap and I'm going to get off here as fast as I can. But last night, Portland had a city council meeting. Okay. And here's all the city council members sitting there in their little chairs. And they're all getting ready to talk to all these people. And here comes these people. No justice, no peace, no carrots, no peace. No, that was my part. Sorry. I was going no carrots, no peas, no broccoli, no cheese. But they were going no justice, no peace, no whatever.
Well, they got Antifa out of Portland.
Well, here's the thing. And then the council members, which all hats off to them. I would have done the same thing. They got up and left. They left. Yeah. You know what? Why try to talk over this chaotic rhetoric mob that's screaming? You can't. So they left. Well, then they called them cowards and then said that they were hiding. And then they started roaming the building looking for what rooms they were in so they could bang on the walls on the outside. Tell me what the difference between that and J6 is other than it's J6 2.0. And who is going to get arrested? They need to be arrested. They need to be thrown in jail. And they need to figure out that it's going to take 3 years before they get a court date.
Well, they arrested the two leaders of BML and Antifa today.
Good.
For going in the church.
Good.
And the other guy, they arrested him. And then Don said they arrested William Kelly. I don't know if that's the same guy.
They need to arrest Don Lemon, too. His ass needs to be gone, too.
But he's in hiding with his homosexual husband.
And you know what? I am going to make Don Lemon look like a real jackass right now. Because he got up there and he had to say white supremacy, white this, white that. And if you guys don't know, I want you to know his white partner, white male
Husband.
partner. Okay, he didn't care about that, did he? No, just saying. And Omar, you know what? She needs to be quiet too, because she's sitting there talking about white supremacy, and she too is married to a white man. So don't tell me anything about white shit as long as you're married to it or associated with it. Okay.
Do you hear any of the white people that are married to the black folk say anything about that?
No, they don't give a shit. They're like, there's other shit to talk about.
Right.
They've got other things to talk about. They don't give a shit about this, but it was just really funny how they had to bring up white supremacy stuff, and they're all married to a white person.
Donna said that the judge blocked the charges on Lemon.
Why?
Yeah, they'll find another judge. Don't worry about that. Okay, they'll find another one. Yeah, they'll find one in Florida. They're going to find one in New York. They're going to find one in Chicago. They'll find one. They will find one. Don't you worry. Okay, that on a federal charge, they can charge him anywhere. Period. Okay. I hope they charge him in New York and put him in jail over there where Maduro is. All right.
Yeah,
and the Diddy.
Yeah, and where Diddy is and everything.
And Diddy did it.
They dropped whatever. They'll find a judge. Don't worry
And
about that.
Diddy did it. Diddy did it. Diddy performed a funk off party in the prison jail shower and got extra time. That is not a joke. That really happened. You know, you want to have those fun parties, and now you want to have them in prison. Well, you know what? Just keep clocking the time in. Just keep
And
clocking
with
the time.
that,
You
we
can't
can't
make
make
this
this
stuff
stuff up.
No.
For entertainment purposes only. Okay.
Entertainment
Okay.
purposes only.
Entertainment purposes only. I love y'all. I have a puppy to take to the vet in the morning.
Love you all. Thank you. Thank you to the new
you.
subscribers. Hit like on the way
Bye.
out.
Good night.
See you Sunday.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, I forgot I had to do it.
From shady news to crime so rough, you already know we just can't make this stuff